So today I asked music producers on Facebook what they are struggling with the most, and most producers said that they're struggling with mixing and mastering amongst other things as well. So today we're going to cover gain staging, because I feel like I have mixing and mastering videos on my channel, but I really haven't covered gain staging. When you come here in the channel rack, you have these two knobs over here. You have the panning and then you have the channel volume. So when you're trying to gain stage in FL Studio, you want to work with the channel volume. That's where you do your gain staging. Now, as you can see here on this beat, all these levels are set on like the default. They are set on the default level. Like if I can reset and press reset like that, they are reset to its default level. So if I play this track as is right now, it sounds like this. And if I come to this part here, so what you want to do is you want to pick, let's say, one instrument. Like, let's say, for instance, I like to pick the log drum because in Amapiano, I really want my log drum to really stand out. So I'm going to come here to the section here, and I'm just going to crop right here and select this section here where the log drum plays. And I'm just going to make sure that it's only the log drum that's going to play. And I'm going to open up my mixer, and here's my mixer over here. And I'm just going to look at the levels. And what I'm going to do before I go anywhere is I'm going to make sure that my level on my audio interface is all the way high. So I'm going to come to the volume, which is this volume. You can see it's halfway. So I'm going to turn it all the way up. And then I'm going to play it. So that is coming up really, really loud, and it's really loud. So now I'm going to turn down the level of the log drum and the E flute. So I kind of want the E flute to lead because that's where all the sub frequencies are, like all the subsonic frequencies are present. I want it to be more bassy than to be more transient. So I'm going to make sure that the E flute is a little bit louder than the log drum itself. And if I go back to the mixer, you can see here we lost a little bit of dB because I dropped it down. This volume here is a volume control that controls the level before you add effects, before you even get to the plug-in. So it just controls the level of the channel itself. So I'm just going to make sure that it's low like this. And I'm happy with that. And then I can move on to the next sound, which is these vocals. And I'm going to turn them down. That's good enough. And then I'm going to move on to the next sound. I'm going to turn it down as well. Going to go to the next sound. Okay, those are immediately very loud. So I'm going to turn these down as well. I'm happy with that level there, and then I'm gonna unmute the second section here, which is my percussion sounds. I'm gonna lower this first percussion. I can even solo this channel. I'm going to drop this clap down. I'm going to drop the second clap. I'm going to drop that sound there, which is this one. I don't want it to be too loud. I'm going to drop it down. And this one. I don't want it to be too loud. I'm going to drop it down as well. This sound is still too loud as well, which is right here on track number 19. So I'm going to drop it down. And as you can see, as I change this level, it's also changing the volume on right here on the channel itself, on the channel controls. Here they are. And then I'm gonna go to this next sound, which is a shaker. And you can see that all my loops and everything that I've used as loops, all my sounds are actually gain stage. You can see here they're already gain stage and this, and they're actually cool. If I move on to the next sound, which is this GMS, you can see the GMS volume on the plugin itself is right here. It's actually at an okay place, but I can also turn it down. There we go. So now you can see that the level changed here by the output of the plugin itself, of the GMS, just by me adjusting the level here on the channel rack. So now it's lower, and then I go on the last one, which is the kick. So I want the kick to be lower, so I'm just gonna also drop down the kick. And that hat is also very loud, so I'm gonna drop the level down until I find a comfortable level. I think that's good enough. I think it sounds okay there. And then I'm gonna check this bass sound here. And I'm gonna drop it down a little bit, but I still want it to be really loud. And that's good. So if we go to the mixer now, and if we check all these sounds, we can now hear the difference from where we began. So all these channels are no longer like hitting the zero. They are not overly loud. All these sounds are not like coming in too hot. Everything is at a really nice level. You can tell everything is nice and soft. And if we go to the master, you can see that the master is playing around -3 or around -6, but the maximum peak is around -3 dB. So that's where we're at right now. Now this is before we even touch any of these mix faders to start mixing the track. This is how you do gain staging. So I literally just gain staged all the instruments, all the channels that I have in here, just by using the channel rack and making sure that the channels are set correctly, the levels are set correctly before I come to the mixing stage, of which that's for another video. So if you guys want to see more in-depth videos like these, I can definitely come through and do more. If you have any other topics that you might want me to cover, make sure to drop them down below. I will make sure to put them on my list of videos I'm gonna drop in the future. Make sure to drop a comment, and if this was in any way helpful, make sure to also drop this video a like and also subscribe down below so that you don't miss any of my future videos. But that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. I am X and I'm out. Peace.